Hi guys, welcome to G Tarot. This is Simona, and this is going to be your reading for the new moon in Libra on 6th of October 2021. I'm gonna jump straight into it because the message is so beautiful. It just made me so happy. I did a little meditation before I pulled the cards. I called upon my guides and all the things I do before pulling cards, and I just couldn't stop laughing at some point. Every cell of my body was just so tickly and tingly, and I know why now. Like the cards also show me exactly that, like energy of joyfulness, of anticipation of something really good, which is just around the corner. And it's like, it's not even just around the corner, it's happening already. But because it's happening already and we're in it, we don't have a higher perspective of it, and we don't know. Like, in a period of time, after a while, when we look back, we will see how amazing this is, whatever we're in, this energy we're working with, and how incredibly healing, liberating, and balancing, and just loving it is. And it doesn't matter whether now some of you are like, oh, but I'm living through hell right now, or whatever. It doesn't matter, because yeah, we do have the Tower card here, so some things may feel like, some things are ending, and some things are like we're going through some difficulties, but actually it is a real blessing in disguise, trust me. You'll see now. Okay, so I'm gonna start. So I drew some runes first. This is the rune of partnerships. I think it's called Gebo, and this makes sense because the cards also show me masculine and feminine, balancing the feminine and masculine principle, clearing the hurt, clearing the fear, healing the wounds, coming together, reconciling, truly like caring for each other, loving each other. And this is not just literally a man and a woman. It's not just that. It's the energies I'm talking about, like balancing our own energies, but this inevitably will be expressed into our personal relationships as well, and on a global collective level too. Yeah, very interesting. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so I was talking about the runes. I have no idea what this rune is called. I think it's called Ingus. So this rune is about, like, when I see this rune, it reminds me of, it almost reminds me of womb or something, like something like this space where something is being conceived in the middle. Something is growing, like a new beginning is kind of bubbling from the inside, and it takes time for it. So it doesn't just happen like this with a click of a finger. It requires patience and work. It's a very feminine energy as well, I get from this rune. I think this rune is connected to the lunar parts of us, the lunar aspect too. And this one speaks about cycles, long cycles, very good outcomes, very fruitful, beneficial, very happy outcomes, but it takes time. So the emphasis here is on time, and we have partnerships here, okay? And we have this feminine and masculine principles in the cards, you will see in a bit. And I was really feeling that beautiful reunions happening, but it will take time. because whatever needs to be cleared between you, between, you know, these energies, needs to happen while they're separate, while there is it almost feels like disconnection, but that disconnect is just very superficial. It's not real. Like, the connection is there always, psychically, spiritually. It is there. Like, it's impossible for the feminine and masculine to exist just on their own. But in order for the true union, for the true, like, merging from this androgynous energy to completely, like, to come to be expressed freely and joyfully, the masculine and the feminine need to work on their, you know, on whatever, you know, wounds or fears, whatever it is. And it's very interesting because I feel like the feminine principle, or you know, women or people who associate with that gender, are like, the feminine is in a very, she's in a very celebrating mode. She's very it's very interesting. The light's not very good, sorry guys, I hope you can see. She's really in her power, okay? She's really in her power. She's really connected to a very joyful, very expressive, beautiful, warm energy, and that is because she's connected to divine source. She is not alone. She isn't disconnected. She's always maintained that relationship with the entire world, with nature, with the planet, with the whole. She's never lost that connection. So even though the masculine principle may have throughout the ages, or just in your own life, have been walking away, or being too controlling, or somehow not reliable, or even abusive, or, you know, whatever it is, it's that these wounds, because she is wounded here with the Ten of Spades, and it is about this beautiful union, this beautiful, like, heart, this beautiful deliverance of this heart. Like, she is wounded. She's been stabbed in the back. She's been hurt. She's been, you know, burned by the masculine, not receiving the appreciation, the recognition, the commitment, whatever it is, or even the freedom to be herself, or to speak, or to be heard. So that, I feel that this is in the past, and at the moment this feminine energy she has risen, and we had the past few months, the past year or something. If you go to some of the older readings I've done, you can see that in some of them I speak about the feminine rising. So she is there, she's ready, she is ready, she's ready to go, okay? She's complete, she's connected. There's balance here, there is real understanding of the natural ways and the universal ways, how things, the energies, how things work, the energetic principles, and such a strong connection to divine guidance. This is where I feel this is where this joyful energy comes from, this celebration comes from. And she's also, I think, because also she is so connected to her worthiness and her beauty, and so much existing in like mindfully and wakefully into this world of connection with the whole, with everything, that she's not going to settle for, and she's not going to allow anymore any toxic masculine behavior around her. Like, she's completely turned her back to the masculine here in this spread, and this masculine is the King of Swords here. That more of a like intellectual space, more of a calculating, trying to figure out things, seeing through, like seeing clearly, which is okay. That energy is wonderful, but that energy without this warmth is not enough. And this energy is not higher or more than this creative, wild, free self-expression. To me, in this reading, this feels very constrictive, very limiting, almost like very detached as well. And that's fine. That's fine. There's times like this energy is needed, otherwise it wouldn't have existed on the world. But this is not, this is just part of the puzzle. This is part of the whole. There's so much more to it. And especially in our Western culture, we prioritize this intellectual, knowledge in the intellect and logic and stuff like that. But I feel that this energy, this principle, this masculine is in search of the truth, because there is no fulfillment. Because without the feminine, there is no fulfillment. There is no rest at all. And we can see this here with this king who's looking at this queen, which I showed you earlier. He's looking at her, and he's got this heart here. It feels like the heart has burst open finally, and it floods his entire being with the true feeling, true like unconditional love and clarity about what this feminine principle is, and what's the role of this feminine energy, and how it is truly liberating and truly joyful and fulfilling, rather than something to be feared. Because I feel that this is the past energy, this is what was before, what maybe still lingering, this fearing it, fearing that he's not maybe enough, or he will lose something if he lets this feminine energy to be equal, to be heard. Because the feminine principle is wild, it is, you cannot control it, it is intuitive, the mind cannot understand it, it's beyond logic, it's beyond, it's bigger, it fills the space, it's embracing, it's not straight, it's spiral. So of course it's powerful, man, it's fucking powerful. So of course that will be really, like, it would, if you fear that, I don't know how to explain it, like whatever you fear, I feel that it becomes bigger and bigger, and it kind of comes after you until it's turned into a complete monster. So I feel like this toxic masculinity expresses itself in such a way because it is so afraid of this feminine principle, that in the collective psyche of the masculine energy, The feminine has become this massive monster which needs to be controlled, which cannot be trusted, which has to be, or you have to run away from it because it will control you otherwise, you know, like, yeah. Anyway, so that is in the past. Now there is this realization that there is no masculine without the feminine, and there's no feminine without the masculine. This separation, this divide is complete illusion, and the recognition of the equal that these two are equal forces, and this is what glues kind of our world. And I also feel this rise of the androgynous energy, the energy which kind of merges both of them, and it's not quite clear which one is what. There's no clear separation, like there's no holding on to rigid perception, structure, whatever, conditioning. It's all a playful intertwined exchange of energy, a playful dance. Okay. Wow, that's gorgeous. Okay, and I just want to show you how what came in the middle between these guys. Look at this fool, this joker. It's almost like this king is serenading the queen, King of Hearts and Queen of Hearts, the perfect match, the perfect partners. It is so gorgeous. There is, so for some of you this could be expressed in personal relationships. You may receive information, like you may receive someone from the past coming back and apologizing for something they did and proclaiming, oh, I'm not sure, proclaiming their love for you, or their feelings, true feelings for you, or you may be the one who's doing it. And however, I want to make this very clear. This is going to happen in a way which is very unexpected, in a way which also is, that doesn't have anything to do with the past. So the past cycle is not going to be repeated. And as these runes are telling us, time is required. There is time. Like, things are happening, things are working out, it's all beautiful, it's wonderful. This Libra energy, this Mercury retrograde in Libra, and this new moon energy, it's amazing. It's like a new seed which is starting to grow, but it is going to take time to reap the rewards. So no hastiness, no quick, like, I don't know, no projections and clinging and wanting something. No, it is time for true union. And that how that happens is when the two parts of this union are whole. They don't need each other. They recognize their individuality and sovereignty, and they respect that, and it's a dance rather than being together because you can't exist otherwise, or so basically what I'm trying to say is that codependent energy is completely gone, eradicated. It's not there in this new cycle which I see here in front of the cards, or at least that is the invitation to step into a true love, unconditional love, within all of your relationships, every single one of your relationships, and that includes your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the divine, your relationship with the plants in your garden or in your park, your relationship with the birds in your area where you live, your relationship with the butterflies, with the bees, with the air, with the water, with everything. We are living in constant relationships. So I feel like we're learning. This new moon is really bringing us the opportunity to tap into right relations with the whole, with the entire planet. with the universe, with everything. And these right relations come from love. If you love, if your relationship, if you build a relationship, if your intention is coming from a loving place, so if, yeah, what I was saying is, if you build a relationship with the natural world, with yourself, with the people in your life, which relationship is loving. And when I say loving, I feel like it's not even just loving, because we have in our human conceptual, thinking mind, we have so many different kind of connotations that we put on love. Love for your child is one, love for your lover is another, love for your friend is another. No, love is all the same. It's like, it's all love. It's all, you know what I mean? It's all universal, unconditional, and wonderful. And there's various ways it expresses, and sometimes there is. I've stopped myself because I had to check in if what I was gonna say is true, but I feel like it is, at least for me anyway. Like, I feel like we mix love and sexuality. We mix them up. We attach sexuality to love, and we cling too much to that love, which involves sexuality. And that's also coming from trauma, from oppressing our own sexuality, our own creativity, which is very connected to the feminine principle. So anyway, I'm not going to go into that too deeply, but yeah, I feel that the overall message is, with this new moon in Libra, and the following, weeks to come, and the Mercury retrograde in Libra as well. So that's pretty much the energy we're going to be working in October, for the rest of October, balancing out our relationships, and as I said, relationships with everything. So there's very, very interesting, like, this is going to be different for everyone, because we're different, and we have different backgrounds and different, we're in different situations, but I feel that what is happening at the moment is a gift. We are receiving a gift, and it may not feel like a gift at the moment. It may feel very painful and very frustrating for some of us, but it is a gift, because this balancing act is happening between the feminine and masculine energies on the planet, because this clearing is happening, because this healing is happening, because finally the masculine is, I feel like the feminine energy is ready to go. She's like, yes, I've got this connection, I've got this, I've got it. And she's almost like, she's not actually waiting for the masculine, she's just being in her power. It's the masculine which is receiving these downloads and these updates, and it's realizing, oh wow, look at that feminine, I love her, I want to be with her, I see the potential, I see the connection, I want to collaborate, I want to support, I want to nurture this. This is liberating for me, this is freeing me, this is giving me a direction, this is what I've been looking for all this time. So yeah, there I'm obviously exaggerating, but you get me, right? So this is what is happening for the masculine principle. Realizations, awakening. It's almost like awakening for this creative force and how important that is, you know, and how the intellect, the logic, the cerebral parts of ourselves are not enough, and they're not the ones who should be leading all the time. They should be the ones who are serving, who are serving this passion, this joy, this love that she feels. So these aspects of ourselves, the mind, the logic, the straight line, the doing, the thinking, evaluation, calculation, even manipulation, whatever, all of that is a power which needs to be of service to a greater good, almost to what your desire is, your heart's desire is. It needs to serve rather than block and abuse, you know what I mean? Because often we are our worst enemies when we have, I don't know, desires, feelings, wishes, visions, urges, and coming from this intuitive space, this feminine energy. What happens is that we doubt ourselves, we stop ourselves because the mind cannot grasp how that's going to happen, you know, how that's possible. So I feel that this is being healed. This is being healed, and it's being this place in us, this ego, whatever you want to call it, ego, masculine aspect, or the people who embody that in our lives are having a moment of realization, clarity, and the urge to come together, to work together, and to collaborate, to cooperate, to create something together rather than to control, to release control. Okay, well, I think that's all I have for you guys. I wonder, maybe I should read you. I think I'm gonna read you very quickly, although this reading is quite long now, this video. But anyway, I will quickly read you the runes because the messages are very beautiful. And oh, so that, isn't that beautiful? Releasing control, releasing control, releasing, transcending, ascending, letting go. Okay, letting go of that heaviness, of that structure, trying to appear as if everything's under control, because that's impossible. And we see that in nature. It is unpredictable. And there are cycles in nature, but we have to let go of control in order to tune into the cycles and read the moods, read the swings, read the cycles, read the language of nature. Oh, that's such a beautiful message, guys. Okay, for some of you this literally could be reconciliations with someone who has left, or someone that you've left. Yeah, beautiful reunions. But as I said before, it's in a new way. It's not going to be in the old way. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so the first rune is Gebo 32. Gebo. Please, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. That helps a lot. The channel, and subscribe if you wanna keep, you know, yeah, just keep following what's happening with the channel and the messages coming through. Yeah, also let me know in the comment sections what's happening for you and if this resonated. I'm just gonna read through the book. Okay. Gebo, partnership, a gift. Drawing this rune is an indication that partnership in some form is at hand, in love, relationship, in business matters, in partnering of every kind. You're put on notice not to collapse yourself into that union, for true partnership is achieved only by separate and whole beings. Yeah, that's what I told you. Who retain their separateness even as they unite. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. At the same time, there is another realm of partnership that you are called to consider, for the path of partnership can lead you to the realization of a still greater union with the higher self, union with the divine. The ultimate gift of this rune is the realization the realization of the divine in all things. God always enters into equal partnership. Gebo, the rune of partnership, has no reverse, for it signifies the gift of freedom from which flow all other gifts. This is wonderful. This feels so just relevant and so aligned. Exactly, that's what I was feeling earlier. This union provides freedom. There's no codependency there. There's no fear. It's a total liberation. It's very interesting. It's not chaining. It's not constricting. It's expansive. And it needs to happen because it's important, because it's part of how we of what's happening on the planet at the moment, of this evolution, of this expansion of consciousness, of this growth. We need to get to that point of being able, recognizing that partnerships, like completely clearing the codependent energy from all our partnerships, and learn true loving way of being in partnerships, which is liberating, which is freeing rather than constricting, where there's no fear. Okay, because there's so much certainty and so much just knowing that nothing can ever be lost and there's never separation. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Ingus 58. This is this rune. I'll show it to you again. 58. Fertility, new beginnings. In the hero god. So this rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of your nature, with its urge towards harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. Ingus embodies the universal need to share, the yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. The completion of beginnings is what Ingus requires. Drawing this rune may mark a time of joyful deliverance, of new life, a new path, a rune of great power. Receiving it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, resolution, from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be clarified or resolved. The appearance of this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. All things change, and we cannot live permanently amid obstructions. Ingo signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from transition and uncertainty. You may be required to free yourself from a root habit or relationship, from some deep cultural or behavioral pattern, some activity that was quite proper to the self you're leaving behind. The time of birth is always a critical one. Movement can involve danger, and yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. Enter the delivery room now. Ingus cancels preparation, being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences and seeing the humor. You are indeed prepared to open yourself to the will of heaven and await your deliverance with calm certainty. Wonderful. And last one, Jarrah. 76. There we go. Okay, Jarrah, harvest for fertile season 1 year. A rune of beneficial outcomes. Jarrah applies to any activity or endeavor to which you are committed. Be aware, however, that no quick results can be expected. A span of time is usually involved. Hence the key word 1 year, symbolizing a full cycle before the reaping, the harvest, or deliverance. You have prepared the ground and planted the seed. Now you must cultivate with care. To those whose labor has a long season, a long coming to term, Jarrah offers encouragement of success. Know that the outcome is in the keeping of providence and continue to persevere. Remember the old story about the farmer who was so eager to assist his crops that he went out at night and tugged on the new shoots. There is no way to push the river. Equally, you cannot hasten the harvest. Be mindful that patience is essential for the recognition of your own process, which in its season leads to the harvest of the self. Beautiful. Well, that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the reading, if you're still here, for those of you who are still here. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe. That helps a lot the channel to grow, and let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to know if you resonate with the reading and what's happening in your lives. Are you experiencing any reconciliations? Do you feel that something's coming back? Are people coming back into your life in unusual, unexpected ways with unusual, unexpected offers? Yeah, or are you feeling the urge to connect with someone or something from the past? It doesn't have to be even a person. I forgot to share that. It could be an idea, a project. So yeah, blessings to all of you on this new moon. I hope this helped some of you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Bless you all. Bye.